I'm Deion Sanders. There's nothing like being on a championship team, but the team that means the most to me, my family. There's no sweeter victory than motivating my kids to reach for their dreams. But some parents take it way too far. They don't know I'm coming, and when I pay a surprise visit, anything might happen. So hang on, it's prime time for a reality check. This is Sports Dads.
Hi, I'm Diane.
Hi, I'm Isaiah.
Hi, I'm Phillip.
And this is Bo.
And we are the Steward family.
He started playing quarterback at the age of 7, and always knew that he was going to be a quarterback.
I know that I'm going to be great in the NFL.
Sports is everything to Isaiah and I.
Football is like all the time. From the time that he wakes up to the time that he goes to bed. I mean, he even sleeps with the football sometimes.
No one knows better than I do that you can't have success without commitment. But when commitment turns into obsession, it can become the enemy of success.
When you roll out like that, throw the ball away. You know how many yards you gave up by taking a sack? Like 10.
I think he sees the ability that Isaiah has, and I think that's the part that Phillip just thrives off of.
If I really didn't think he was talented, I probably wouldn't have this drive. I don't want to waste a day, because I know he's talented.
It just so happens that Isaiah plays in a league where I personally mentor young athletes. And Phillip's aggressive sideline coaching has not escaped my attention.
You got to be a leader out there. Make something happen, all right? Read the defense.
I would love for him to be in the NFL, but it's not just being in the NFL. It's being great.
I don't want you to have any weaknesses out here. That's why we're out here, to make sure you can do everything. And I don't want you to be good at anything. I want you to be great at everything.
I certainly think that Isaiah can get overwhelmed.
It really looks like Isaiah is burdened with the kind of expectations that can cause unhealthy stress in a child. And that very stress can cause a loss of focus and sabotage his performance.
The training is really hard.
You don't tell me what play you're running. Do you understand me? You run the play I tell you.
But for the average kid, yeah, they would pretty much say I'm crazy. Maybe my son says I'm crazy.
No, no. Put that down. Let me ask you a question. When you're at practice and you're with your players and coaches, do you just go get a drink? You're not going to do that out here. Let's go.
I think most people looking into Phillip and what he does with Isaiah would probably think it's absurd.
I really think when someone says that I'm crazy, that's a compliment.
Let me elaborate on the definition of crazy: senseless, impractical, insane. Crazy should never be worn as a badge of honor. Parents, you've got to be careful. We only get one shot with our kids.
Let me tell you something. When I tell you we're done, that's when we're done.
When we're out practicing and I say a few things that I might regret saying to him, he doesn't like it.
I tell you what, next time you say, are we almost done? I'm gonna add on about 30 minutes of practice.
Sometimes it's hard training with him because sometimes he'll yell at me.
To be great, you have to work hard every day, constantly. Look at me. Look at me. Run.
I'm really concerned about Phillip's approach. His in-your-face attitude may cause Isaiah to internalize emotions that could later sideline his dreams.
Gotta get the ball! What's the problem?
They work so hard, and where Isaiah is because of the desire that they both have.
What is the problem? Don't say you don't. You gotta communicate then. Communicate.
Sometimes it'll get to me, but I just take it cool.
Phillip Steward dreams that his son, Isaiah, will one day be a superstar quarterback. And every day of their lives is devoted to reaching that goal.
Go, go.
I've met Phillip before, but I've never had a chance to spend any personal and quality time with him. Today, that's gonna change. Before I have a team meeting with Mom and Dad, I wanna first huddle with Isaiah. See, kids usually tell you exactly what they think.
We'll practice every day, like when he's here, because he'll do truck driving. Sometimes he'll skip days of work just to practice with me, and we practice a long time.
Is he tough on you?
Yes.
How tough is he?
Very tough.
You do a 5-step drop, you do it fast, quick, okay?
What about your mom? How does she feel when your dad is out there coaching you and yelling and screaming at you?
She's kind of shocked, but sometimes she'll get mad at him because you're like too harsh. And then he says, I don't care.
You know, when I heard about that, I was like, oh no, this gotta stop.
Yeah.
Why do you keep looking over your shoulder when you're out there on the field? You always look back.
Just to prove him right.
You just want him to appreciate what you're doing.
Right.
What is your dad's expectations for you?
Be in the Hall of Fame.
To be in the Hall of Fame. Those are huge expectations. Do you think your dad is living through you? Like, you think your dad wanted to be the player you are?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Isaiah gave me some great insight. I discovered that when he's on the field, his dad's approval is always on his mind. Ironically, a distraction like that can make him lose focus and ruin his performance. I need to dig deeper, baby. So I'm going to have a transparent talk with Mom.
What about the time that you two spend together?
This past Saturday was our wedding anniversary. You know, so we're laying in bed, and I turn to Phillip. He turns to me. He's like, you know what? Isaiah needs to work on his throwing the ball out of bounds. I'm like, that's what you're going to say to me on our anniversary?
On anniversary?
Morning, noon, and night. He is up at 3, 4 in the morning, and I'll come out just to check on things, shut lights off, and he's writing down plays. You wouldn't believe he's got several books. No joke. He has books of plays. It is just nonstop. It is nonstop.
You know what? Let's bring in Phillip so we can get to the root of these issues and what's really going on in the Steward's house.
Phillip Steward believes that training Isaiah night and day is the only way he will succeed. Diane really worries that her son could quickly be approaching burnout. It's now time for me to have an honest talk with Phillip. There's always two sides to every story. Now I need to hear his side.
What is your ultimate goal for Isaiah?
My ultimate goal for Isaiah is to be honest, to make the pros.
Play on Sundays?
Yeah, play on Sundays, exactly.
You think Isaiah wants to be a professional quarterback as bad as you want him to be a professional quarterback?
I would say that he wants to be a professional quarterback more than I want him to be. I looked at him, I said, do you like football, son? Do you really want to play football? Do you like it? And he said, no. Dad, I love it.
Your heart sank there for a second, didn't it?
Yeah, so a tear just trickled down your face. What if your son just come home one day and say, you know what, Daddy? I'm through with sports. I'm tired.
Really? That's what I would say, really? I'm like, I'd say you have to think about this.
What about your expectations? You think they're too broad for Isaiah?
Absolutely not. I think he has the talent to do it. And once again, if he stays focused, I think he can accomplish that goal.
Tell me about your coaching style. He's looking for your approval. And sometimes that interferes with what he's doing.
I know that he has to be on top of his game. I'm just tough. I'm harsh. I tell him the truth. I don't lie. I don't water it down. He has to have thick skin. So no matter how tough I am, he hasn't seen nothing. It's going to be rough when he makes mistakes.
I know you've heard this from somebody. Do you feel like there's a bit of you that's living vicariously through Isaiah?
Yeah, a little bit. Yes.
A little bit.
When he doesn't get rid of the ball, do you find yourself yelling, get rid of it?
Yes, yes.
That means that you are living through him. That's you out there and not Isaiah.
Okay, what's the problem?
The expectation, because it's not a kid you're seeing yourself playing through this kid. And there's a lot of expectation on Isaiah. So it's almost like it's nothing he can do. But I want to allow you to see a different perspective, a different view. You and Isaiah, are you up for it?
Yes.
Just to do something out of the box a little bit. Cool?
Okay.
Good. You sitting over there like,
Wondering what it is.
I got you, all right?
I decided to bring the Stewards to an indoor rock climbing facility. I wanted to show Phillip a different approach to coaching and illustrate how certain distractions can have a negative effect on a child's development.
Yeah, rock climbing, it's a very complex sport. It's very tough. It takes a lot of physical endurance as well, but it's also very laid back at the same time. It takes a lot of focus when you're climbing. That's why you won't see any real tough coaches in our sport.
Say that again. It involves a lot of focus.
A lot of focus.
And what was after that? You said you won't see a lot of tough what?
Coaches. And that's simply because when they're on the wall, they need to focus. They need to keep everything composed and all together.
So they need to focus when they're on the wall, like to say if they're on the field. They need to just focus. Kids can have a hard time of focusing when parents yell or interfere with them at a game. I wanted Isaiah and Phillip to experience the benefits of working together in a calmer way. There you go, Phil. Have y'all noticed that Phillip has not yelled one time while climbing with Isaiah? And Isaiah is having fun conquering a new challenge with his dad. Now, this is how a team should work.
Yeah, you got it.
Rock climbing takes a team effort, right?
That's right.
And like Jeremy reiterated, you can't have forceful coaching, forceful teaching. It's a calm, relaxed sport.
I mean, it takes a lot of trust as well. Like you said, it was a team effort. You have to trust your belayer on the ground. So when you let go of the wall, you got to know that that person has you.
Trust.
Right.
So sometimes in life, we can practice. But when it gets to the competition, we got to trust what we practice.
Exactly.
See some kind of parallels in between what we're trying to say?
All right.
Jeremy, I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
The message from Deion today was basically, you know, keep my son focused, but there doesn't need to be, I don't need to go over the top and yell. I can be calm and cool and get my message across, basically. I'm really thankful today for Deion coming out and giving us the opportunity to do something different and just bring balance in our life instead of just football and doing something different, something that Isaiah can really enjoy also.
The Steward family did great, and I really think Phillip discovered some things about himself that he's willing to change. This family climbed some new heights that will hopefully give them a fresh perspective in striving for their dreams.